The story is based on true events. I was a pizza delivery driver at a local pizzeria. I usually remembered my customers and to the people I delivered pizzas to. It's a pretty small town, and I pretty much know everybody here. So I delivered a pizza to this fellow and his family almost every week or for 2 years. They all seemed so happy, him, his wife, and his kids. Then one day, I delivered the same kind of pizza at his place. It was the same pepperoni large pizza. But this time, when I went up to his porch to deliver the pizza, usually their kids used to open the door and, take the pizza in, and they were so happy to see it. This time, they didn't open the door. It was the husband that opened the door. This went on for several months. Every time I delivered the pizza, not his wife, not his kids, he was the one, the husband, to receive the pizza. Now, I don't know if his wife disappeared or went somewhere else. I don't know if they divorced or something. It's not about business, but it was weird. The guy used to be happy and now he was acting all weird. Anyway, during his wife's disappearance, he still maintained his pizza deliveries. I never expressed my concern to him about his wife because I was sure he had made up some lie to his kids about where his mommy had gone. Now I had a bad feeling about him. The second to last delivery was weird. He ordered a plain pizza, unlike his normal half pepperoni and half black olives. The garage was open as it normally was, and his kids greeted me at the door by the name. They were quickly whisked away by Stephen's mother, and Stephen came up behind them quickly, handed me a check, and never said a word to me. They were always so friendly, but not this time. I brushed it off as being a very hectic time for them, but little did I know that within kicking distance was his wife's dead body. This is a true story about an infamous case of the murder of Tara Lynn Grant. Tara Lynn Grant was born in Michigan in June 1972. She had a sister Alicia and they attended public schools. She married Stephen Grant, also of Macomb County, Michigan, and had two young children by 2007, a girl 7 and a boy of 3 years of age. On February 14th, 2007, Valentine's Day, Stephen Grant called the Macomb County Sheriff's Office in the county seat, Mont Clemens, Michigan, to report that his wife Tara Lynn Grant had been missing for 5 days. In his account, Grant said that this was not the first time his 34-year-old wife had left home, which was why he had not immediately reported her missing. He said that on the evening of 9th of February, he had overheard Tara talking with someone on the phone saying, "I'll meet you at the end of the driveway." He said he saw her get into a dark-colored car that drove off, and that he had not seen or heard from her since. For the following 2 weeks, Stephen Grant made numerous media appearances, at times accusing authorities of harassment. The day after reporting Tara missing, Grant was stopped by police and arrested for driving with a suspended license. He accused police of using the traffic arrest as an excuse to take him into custody to question him further about Tara's disappearance. Police denied the accusation. They were holding daily press conferences during the search for Tara. According to the police, Stephen Grant was less than cooperative with them during their early investigation. He initially refused to answer questions but agreed to take a polygraph test if it was administered by someone other than the police. On March 2nd, 2007, police executed a search warrant at the home of Stephen and Tara Grant in Washington Township, Michigan. They found a dismembered human torso, believed to be that of a Tara Grant, stored in a plastic garbage bag in the garage. They immediately gained an open murder arrest warrant for Stephen Grant, who had already fled the scene. They had not yet determined the degree of the charges. 2 days later, after tracking a cell phone call that Stephen made to his sister, Graham, police found the suspect 225 miles away in northern Michigan Wilderness State Park. He had taken liquor and pills from his sister's house, intending to commit suicide. After driving to the park, he spent the night in the freezing cold with no outer clothing for protection. After being taken into custody, he was airlifted by helicopter to Northern Michigan Hospital in Petoskey for treatment of hypothermia. In a press conference on March 5th, Mark Hackle, sheriff of Macomb County, discussed a confession that Grant had made to them in the hospital. He confessed to police in detail about strangling his wife Tara to death on the night of 9th February. On the night of 9th February, after an argument in which he had accused her of spending too much time with a co-worker. She had returned that day from a business trip to Puerto Rico. The two children were at home but were asleep in bed. Grant later dismembered her body at his father's tool and die shop. He took the remains to nearby Stony Creek Metro Park in Shelby Township and disposed of the body parts there. But after learning the police planned to search the park, Grant recovered the torso of his wife and hid these remains in black plastic garbage bags in their garage. After being released from the hospital, Grant was transported to Macomb County by a convoy of Macomb County Sheriff's deputies. On March 6, 2007, Grant was formally charged with count 1 homicide, murder in the first degree that is premeditated, and with count 2 disinterment and or mutilation of a dead body.